This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, you're watching Pulse of Africa. I'm Jalani Taswaye for the main news. First, our top stories for today. Ghana confirms 2 more mpox cases. South Africa's Vodacom annual profit grows marginally. UN mission and Libyan Presidency Council form ceasefire committee. Pope Leo XIV inaugurates papacy with call for unity and love. Now, the news in detail. The UN support mission in Libya and Libya's Presidency Council have formed a joint truce committee which serves as the supreme commander of the Libyan army. Led by Libyan Army Chief Mohammed al-Haddad, the committee aims to secure a permanent ceasefire and protect civilians. UN SMIL urged an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, echoing UN Security Council concerns over civilian casualties. At least 6 people have been killed in the recent violence in Libya. The Ghana Health Service has confirmed 2 new mpox cases in the Greater Accra and Western regions, raising the national total to 4. The new infections have no link to earlier cases. Authorities have begun contact tracing and public health measures to contain the spread. The GHS urged the public to practice good hygiene, avoid contact with symptomatic individuals, and report suspected cases. Mpox spreads through close contact and causes symptoms like rash, fever, and swollen lymph nodes. The Arab League, African Union, and United Nations have reaffirmed their commitment to Sudan's sovereignty, unity, and stability, stressing the need to prevent institutional collapse and end ongoing violence. In a joint statement after a high-level meeting at the Arab Summit in Baghdad, the 3 organizations called for a coordinated global response, humanitarian access, and a permanent ceasefire. They emphasized strategic cooperation, alignment with existing peace frameworks, and continued high-level engagement to address the crisis. President Duma Boko of Botswana has begun a state visit to Estonia, running from today until May 22, 2025, the Office of the President announced. The visit aims to strengthen bilateral ties with a key focus on digital transformation and innovation. President Boko will hold official talks with Estonian President Alar Karis, discussing cooperation in areas such as education, capacity building, trade, and investment. The leaders will also review progress on agreements made during President Kari's earlier visit to Botswana. In other news, Pope Leo XIV officially began his Petrine ministry with an inauguration mass in St. Peter's Square on Sunday, urging the Church to walk towards God and love one another. Addressing over 200,000 pilgrims, global leaders, and interfaith representatives, he expressed gratitude for their support and reflected on the Church's journey following Pope Francis' death. He emphasized unity, hope, and the mission of preaching the gospel in today's world. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney met in Rome for discussions focused on trade amid a dispute over tariffs. The informal meeting at the U.S. ambassador's residence centered on shared interests and goals, including fair trade policies and the 2 nations' continued lasting relationship, according to a statement by the White House. The talks took place on the sidelines of Pope Leo XIV's inaugural Mass at the Vatican, coming just weeks after Carney's high-profile meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump over tariffs.
The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Moving on to business news. South Africa's biggest mobile operator, Vodacom, reported a marginal rise in annual earnings on a stronger second-half performance, but further gains were capped by significant currency volatility. Vodacom, majority owned by Britain's Vodafone, said headlines earnings per share rose by 1.3% to 857 cents in the year ended March 31, up from 846 cents a year earlier. It declared a final dividend of 335 cents per share. Finally, Turkey has discovered a 75 billion cubic meter natural gas reserve in the Gotkipe 3 well in the Black Sea, boosting its energy security and geopolitical standing. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan announced the find, which was made during recent exploration efforts in the Black Sea. The Golkit P3 well is located 69 kilometers west of the Zakaria gas field and 165 kilometers from the shore. Valued at $30 billion, the reserve is expected to meet the gas needs of all households in Turkey for 3.5 years. Before concluding, let us provide you with the latest updates in global commodities prices. Now to weather updates. That's all for today, and thanks for watching Pulse of Africa.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.